Today, we're going to be bringing together what I consider to be the two most iconic and famous coffee cocktails in the world, the Espresso Martini and the Irish coffee. Just saying that out loud, you know this is going to be an absolute winner, so let's make the Irish Espresso Martini. All right, welcome back everybody. This channel is all about coffee and cocktails and bringing the two together in interesting and creative ways. So the Irish Espresso Martini might just be the perfect example of this. Although some of the ingredients in the drink you can really push to take them to the highest possible level, this is actually a really simple drink to put together, and it's a very accessible flavor profile, which I think a lot of people are gonna love. To build the Irish Espresso Martini, we're gonna need a double espresso, ideally a coffee that's kind of chocolatey, nutty, heavy, and maybe a little bit darker roast here, because we've got some other big flavors which it needs to stand up against. And we're not looking for a very fruity, vibrant, acidic coffee. We want something with body, texture to cut through all the other ingredients. We're gonna want an Irish whiskey. I'm going with Tullamore Dew. You're gonna want an Irish cream liqueur, and I'm going with the OG, Bailey's, which actually works really well in the drink, but again, pick your favorite. We're gonna go with a light muscovado sugar syrup, which is 2 parts light muscovado sugar, 1 part boiling water, just dissolved together to make it into a syrup. And then we're gonna finish off with a little bit of saline solution made with 1 part salt to 5 parts water, just to bring everything together. When it comes to the assembly of the drink, we're gonna be building it in the style of an espresso martini, because we really wanna lean into those nice foamy textures, that kind of creamy mouthfeel, which an espresso martini has, but it also complements the flavors that we find in an Irish coffee, particularly with that Irish whiskey and then the sugar syrup, really, really nicely, and it's just a perfect harmony between the two drinks. So first of all, we're gonna go in with our double espresso. And a little bit later in the video, I'm gonna talk about exactly how I prepared this espresso, but the rough recipe I've used is 18 grams of coffee for a 40 gram yield, extracted over 37 seconds. And as I said, I'll talk more about this video's sponsor, which is Slayer Espresso, and this particular cup of coffee a little bit later on. For the other ingredients in the drink, we're actually gonna slightly tweak my ultimate espresso martini template, which I'll link at the end of the video, and just really strive for balance in the drink, whilst also emphasizing the kind of Irish coffee characteristics. So first of all, our spirit base is going to be 30 mils of chilled Irish whiskey. And the reason this is chilled in the freezer is to balance out the hot temperature of the freshly brewed espresso. By coming to that kind of equilibrium, we're not going to over dilute our drink. Next up, 20 mils of our Bailey's. And as I said before, pick your favorite Irish cream liqueur. But this is readily available, works really nicely, and brings just a nice level of sweetness to the drink, which we're just gonna pump up a little bit with 10 mils of our 2-to-1 light muscovado sugar, which just brings those really nice toffee and butterscotch notes to the drink. We're gonna go 1 gram of our 1-to-5 saline solution, which just really bridges those ingredients together. And when I've tasted pretty much any espresso martini with and without the saline solution, the one with saline categorically always wins. So that's gonna go in there. And it just works as a nice seasoning to the drink. As I mentioned before, this is quite a simple drink to put together, but just like any espresso martini variation, the better the espresso, the better the drink's gonna be. And the best espressos I've ever been able to make have been using espresso machines from this video's sponsor, which is Slayer. Slayer Espresso was founded in 2007 with one mission, and that's to make coffee better. Slayer Espresso machines are designed and crafted in Seattle, Washington in the USA, and there are 2 main product lines, the espresso and the steam. And the machine I'm lucky enough to be brewing my espresso on today is the brand new Slayer Steam Single. So this is Slayer's first ever machine with an internal water reservoir, and it's an incredibly powerful tool when it comes to extracting espresso. So to really push through those big, sweet, chocolatey, creamy notes in our espresso, I used a 7-second pre-infusion. Then I pulled the first 30 grams in our unrestricted flow rate, and then back down for the final 10 seconds, giving that amazing texture, balance, and clarity in the shot. I dialed in the espresso using manual mode, and then once I found a recipe I was happy with, you can actually save the last shot that you brewed, record it, and play it back all day long, meaning you get very consistent and delicious results every single time. So if you want to learn more about the Steam Single, or any of the machines in the range, head to Slayer's website in the description below, and thanks again to Slayer for sponsoring this video. And now, let's shake up our Irish Espresso Martini. Once you've given that a really good hard shake, you can fine strain our Irish Espresso Martini into a really nice frozen glass. And then for our garnish, just a little bit of nutmeg on top of the drink. Again, quite traditional in an Irish coffee, and we're really bridging the flavors of an espresso martini and an Irish coffee together. So there we have the Irish Espresso Martini. So the Irish Espresso Martini. Cheers everyone. First of all, on the nose, it's got that amazing nutmeg coming off. It's got a really nice kind of foamy texture. And it really is kind of trickery on the mind. It feels like an espresso martini because it's really cold, but it tastes like an Irish coffee. Got the whiskey coming through, got really nice chocolate notes coming through. Almost tastes like a liqueur chocolate in a really good way. And then it's got the creaminess, the luxury, the spice, and it's just a really nice combination. So I really do think a lot of people are going to enjoy this drink. It kind of takes the best of both worlds, pushes them together, and creates something that I think is pretty magical. So if you want to learn more about the Espresso Martini, you can click on this playlist. If you want to learn more about the Irish coffee, you can click on this playlist. And if you're anything like me and you love coffee and cocktails and anything in between, you can subscribe to the channel by clicking just here. And I really hope you enjoy the next video. So big thanks to Slayer for sponsoring this video. Big thanks to you guys for watching. Enjoy your Irish Espresso Martinis. Cheers.